Hey there guys, how's it going, and welcome to a brand new video. This one is going to be hidden base locations, ideal for PvP players, and there's going to be a mix. There's going to be a mix of like mildly hidden locations to ones that really are difficult to find, and also a mix of what kind of tribe and stage of the game they're suitable for. Some are going to be suitable just for the beginning stages, just while you're up and running and you want to stay hidden. Others are going to be suitable to be there long term and even work your way up to alpha in that position. Now if you do enjoy these and you want me to make more, you'd like me to do Ragnarok for example, just show some love, smash that like button and I'll consider that. There is also one base location that I'm not going to show on here that I know of, and it is my favorite location. I'm actually considering using it on the new servers. However, I will show it to you guys if we can get 2,000 likes. Now I haven't got 2,000 likes on the video in years, probably, well maybe not, but quite a long time, so I don't really want to show this, but you know, just in case it was massive support, I will consider it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy these locations. The beginning ones aren't going to be so crazy. I've put them in an order, so the first few ones are a bit tame, but they do get better, and I'm pretty sure that almost all of you are going to find a location here that you're really going to like and possibly use. Starting off, a decent little location for a starter tribe or someone just brand new to the game, level 1 and upwards. This is a nice little location in North Jungle on the center. So the coordinates are 28.1, 58.6, but I'm showing you where it is here, having a good look around so you know where to run. There's this lake that's in the middle of North Jungle, and if you just fly down with me here, you can see on my Argent, you'll be able to see the location. Now it's not a big location, it's not completely hidden, but it's still a nice little sneaky one. There's quite a few of these kind of ones around the center, but this is just one that I wanted to showcase because I found a base here recently on my servers and I was pretty impressed at how difficult it was to see without me actually seeing the names of people pop up. So a nice little starter shack. There's actually metal just above here as well, so you can really gather up some resources ready for a bigger base. Maybe even put a mine shack here so you can keep gathering that metal, but just something for either a solo player or the early days. Next up isn't a specific location in terms of like exact coordinates, but it is the west coast of the island. Not really the west coast, the west coast forest. This is an area that I barely ever see anyone use, and it is really a great area. And I was actually super surprised as well, my PvP servers, barely anyone used this area. The trees here are super dense, especially when a server just starts up, and it's quite big really. There is quite a big area here for a big base, and there's also enough space and enough hidden areas that you could have a small base in here. So this is a great location in my opinion that's just underused. It's close to pearls, metal, obsidian. It's also close to all the early game essentials, stone, wood, berries, fiber, all of that. So not really a super hidden one. We're going to get into those towards the end of the video, but just pretty hidden kind of areas. Always keep those trees up, and one that I think is a little bit underused. This next location on the center is probably the last one that isn't super hidden, but it is one that you can easily not see if you're not paying attention, and a lot of people might not notice this. Add on to the fact that it's also a really good location for not only all kinds of dinos, but a ton of metal in this area, and it's behind this waterfall on the center island, obviously on the center map. So coordinates 33.9, 32.0, and it's just a place I've never seen many bases before, and there are so many resources, and I think in the early stages a lot of people might overlook this area, so check this one out if you're looking to get something a bit bigger going on. Now we're moving into the slightly more hidden locations. Now this one is a pretty well hidden one, but I also think it's quite well known. I think quite a few people know about this one, so it's not up near the top of the list. And the location, some general coordinates 30.9, 37.0, basically south of the snow area on the island on the river, and it's in the corner of one of these waterfalls. Now if you get to just the right position, you'll see there's an air pocket within the waterfall, and you can put a little base here, maybe 2 or 3 foundations big, with most of your stuff being within the air pocket. Again, this is like for a solo tribe or where you want to have a little secret hidden stash. The island isn't a great map for actually hidden stuff. It's not very vertical, doesn't have many nooks or crannies, but this area is a nice little place where you can stash some stuff away. I wouldn't recommend putting anything super high level in here. You know, if you're an alpha tribe, don't go putting loads of stuff in here, but someone who's just, you know, solo or just wants to hide some mid-tier stuff, you might be able to get away with it by putting it here. Next location is the island again. This one is just a little small hideaway, not somewhere you could have a proper base with tames and so on, but a nice little place to stash some stuff for some PvP or just being a solo player. So it's here on the east coast, coordinates roughly 5778, and it's east of the green obelisk as well. Now I managed to fit 3 foundations in here, and as you'll be able to see by the footage on screen, you can fit pretty much everything that you need in there. You can set the forges alight as well, so you'll be able to farm. There's not that many great resources in this area, but this is a pretty good hidden spot for a solo player, and it is big enough to be able to fit quite a few little things in. Actually, you can see in my build, I'm sure there's much better builds that could be done, but this is a nice one, kind of semi-submerged underwater, but it's not a problem. You can still access everything and use everything. Not the most hidden, but still, most people who don't go looking for these kinds of things won't notice your little hideout there. Onto my final pick from the island, because the top ones at the centre, of course, is such a good map for hidden bases. And again, this one isn't super hidden, but it's one that not a lot of people go to, not a lot of people access. Pretty much, I think 99% of the servers I've been on and checked this area, it is either clear or there's barely anything there. And this is a underwater cave on the island. This is actually, I think it's called the Caverns of Lost Faith. This is on the west coast, so near West Zone 3. I'm showing you on screen how to get there. Very easy to navigate to once you know how to do it. You just have to swim down and then follow along the coast, going south along the coast, and eventually you'll just find it. Now in here it is 6 times damage, so you do have that problem, but this is such a good location for a few reasons. I'm not sure if I would recommend having your complete base here and everything, but it's a great place to have your water tames. It's a great place to have a little outpost. When you really go out this area with some good defenses, it can be very, very hard to raid. Lots of turrets, lots of plant species, and another huge bonus about having a base or an outpost here is there are 3 drops in this cave, and all 3 of them drop super high-end loot and things that you're not actually used to finding in drops, like Tapahara saddles, Diplo saddles, squid saddles, and also high-end flax. So even if you're not going to make a base here, everyone should be checking this cave for drops. Now there are some alpha Moses perhaps and some really high level things in here, like you can get super high level wild megalodons in here. So you've got a couple of options. You can either wait until you get yourself a strong megalodon and then just go and take everything, or you can use a frog or a dolphin and just go in there with a crossbow, and if you get into trouble, just use the crossbow, get off, get onto land. Crossbow and lots of arrows down there, and you should be able to kill off a lot of the stuff. Once you've done that, plop foundations down all over the place, stop stuff respawning, and then it is yours to either make a base or to also just check out the loot drops. It's a great place for raising dinos as well, although it could be a bit tricky getting out of there if you haven't got the transmitter unlocked yet. On to the top 4 now, and these are all center locations. We're really not messing about. I'll be surprised if all of you know of all of these locations. They're very well hidden, very hard to raid if you get up some good defenses here. So let's have a look at this one. This is the bottom of the waterfall over towards the redwood. So this is like South Waterfall, underneath the bridge that connects the redwood to the mainland. Now you have to go all the way to the floor here, not just to the bottom of the waterfall that you see, then all the way down again. Now once you do get to the bottom here, there's an area underneath the waterfall where you can put some foundations down. Now I put pillars down there as well because it makes it easier, although you could do foundations and then walls and then ceilings, so then that is your floor. But I made something here, just a basic small pyramid, as well as a little dino pen, just to show you there's enough space here. It is hidden, so although people might find it, they're not going to find it just generally going across the map. People are going to have to know about this location to find you. So great for like either a solo or 2 or 3 man tribe in the early stages, like a mid-tier size tribe, although there isn't space for your big dinos here. Now you can keep big dinos nearby, but that is going to mean you're going to sacrifice hiding a little bit. So a good location. You can actually walk land dinos all the way from here up to the top as well. There's a ramp nearby, so also makes it a good location. But yeah, one definitely very good for a very small tribe or a solo PvPer. Top 3 now, and these locations are getting a little bit crazy. This one is to the west of the blue obelisk. I've got the coordinates on screen, so I guess this is East Jungle. Now you see as I fly down here, you've got a nice area of metal, so you can have your base here. You might say, well Jay, this isn't very hidden, but we're about to go to the hidden area. So if you want to expand, this is the area you use, but if you want to be really hidden, you go to where I've going with this Pteranodon now. So you have to fly back and forth a little bit to get in there, but look at this. I found this the other day when someone on my server was using this. So this is a completely hidden location. Can be very well sealed off. You're only going to be found here if people know about this location. This is one that is just super hidden. Downside, of course, is only one very narrow way in and out, so you won't be able to get tames in and out without unless you get detect here with only Pteranodons. But you could keep your Pteranodons in here. You could keep some gear in there, and also don't forget you could have just a normal base above, so it would almost be like a decoy, and no one would obviously probably even think to go down that area unless they knew about it. So a super strong spot there, definitely worthy of my top 3. Next location, this is another crazy one on the center. So we're at the North Waterfall here, north of North Snow, and all you have to do is go right to the edge of the map, go as far as you can north, and then go down over this cliff. Now I knew that you could build around this waterfall and on the top, kind of hidden underneath the water, but I didn't know if you just kept on going and hugged the North Wall here, you can actually get through and down, and there is a couple of points here where you can actually build. You'll see here I've actually built a little base. Now you might think, oh Jay, you could have built a bigger base there, look at the size of the area, but it won't let you build in all of the area. But this is a mega strong area. It's quite sizable, it is extremely hidden. It's another one where people are only going to know about this if they know about it. No one's just going to stumble across this, but it's quite a big location. You can have some decent sized stuff here, obviously flyers and that, and you have to have another location for your land dinos and so on, but it's just super strong, and I definitely think one of the best I've found. So my number 1 location, one I was not really keen on showing, but I don't think I'm actually going to use this now when officials drop, so I don't mind showing it to you guys. I hope you guys appreciate me showing you this spot. So to find this one, you just go to the Ice Palace. I'm sure most of you know where that is, and you head out towards the edge of the world, but slightly to the left of where the opening kind of comes down. Now you go up towards the wall, up to the ceiling of the Ice Palace, and then as you see, you can start to figure out that there is actually like some flat surfaces here that you can put foundations on. Now this area is surprisingly big. It doesn't look like much when you get there, but when you really start being creative with it, you can get a lot of stuff here. I actually played with a tribe, some viewers of mine, who had a full alpha style base here. It was absolutely ridiculous. Like, I actually played with them a little bit, and that's how I found this out. But yeah, it might not look like a big area, but you can definitely get everything you want here. They had wyverns, all kinds of tames, behemoth gates and whatever, so get a bit creative and you can definitely build here. Now I know a few people know of this one, but I put it near the top of the list just because of how strong it is. You're really close to loads of good materials. There is an absolute ton of space up here and it is extremely difficult to raid. If you get a really good setup going on here, this is going to be very, very difficult for people to raid, especially when you consider now they're changing it so the auto turrets set to players actually shoot the players before trying to shoot the tames now. So it's just going to be super hard for people to raid these kind of spaces. So I would definitely try and take one of these up. I know that more people are going to know about this spot now that I've shown it, but you've got to remember, guys, not everyone who plays Ark watches my videos. So if you're fortunate enough to have seen this, I can bet you if you go on official, a lot of servers will have overlooked this area. So that's it for my top 10 hidden base locations, looking at the center and the island. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there is one more location, but I am super hesitant about doing that. But if we can hit 2k likes, if you guys really enjoyed this and show some support for it, I will share it with you guys, because I think it's going to really help with the legacy servers going away and the brand new servers coming up. But I am considering using it myself, so I might have to hide it for a while. But either way, I do hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found some new locations, and get out there and find some new locations for yourself, no matter what you need. Are you an alpha tribe? Are you just a solo? Do you need just a small thing? Can you go underwater and so on? Ragnarok should be great for all of this as well. Once I get a better knowledge of Ragnarok, I'll try and find some good locations, although there should be a video coming up on screen showing you some Ragnarok locations I found already, so be sure to check that one out if you're looking for some locations on there. But that's it for now, guys. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you next time.